What grade are you in?
8.
And how old are you?
14.
11, 16.
Can I ask what your profession is, or like what you do for a living?
Yep, I work at Wells Fargo, and I am a systems consultant.
I'm in printing business. I'm a digital imaging specialist.
I work in a research science lab and a genetic sequencing lab.
Cool.
I'm going to give you two statements, and you tell me which one reflects your beliefs about science.
Okay.
A is scientists who conduct scientific research are influenced by their culture and society. B, scientists are trained to conduct pure, unbiased research, therefore their work is not affected by culture and society.
B.
It should be B, but can oftentimes be A.
I would probably lean more towards B.
Towards B. Ooh. I would say 2, the second one.
I think it depends on what you're researching.
Okay. How so?
I just feel like if you were researching something that more directly interacted with culture and society, it would be a lot harder to say that it was completely unbiased.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that the vast majority of laboratory research is not connected to society or affected by culture.
Why would you say that? Can you think
I guess because they're in that field, so they're gonna go towards the scientific route.
I just see science as more of a straight cut yes or no and not as much gray area when you have experiments or whatnot. And you're probably, as a scientist, trained not to really have too much of an opinion, as that would change the outcome possibly of experiments.
Okay, so it could change like how you interpret data and that sort of thing. I got it.
Can you provide an example of a scientist or a scientific endeavor that was conducted in a pure or unbiased way, separate from society?
No.
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can think of an example.
Okay.
I would say more like discovery research, just in discovering different aspects of like the cell, or a lot of our research has to do with like DNA. So,
does your company have specific like goals that they want to achieve?
like overall, our company's goal is to kind of help increase food production.
In what way is the bigger goal of feeding a world population unrelated to society?
No, that overall goal. That overall goal would definitely be related to society. It would be pointless if there was no society.
Okay, so
there's
there's
nobody
like,
feed.
So there's like some connection, even if it's not super obvious at first, like because like.
Yeah. Oh, I would say that the point of a lot of the research is always like related back to society and stuff.
Right.
Well, like, people would still make experiments, conduct experiments, decide what to experiment on based on their culture or society.
I actually can't think of an example. I thought of them in advance, of course, but do you know what stem cell research is?
Yes.
Okay, so stem cell research could end up being a solution for a number of diseases, but since there are restrictions on the field, since the stem cells are obtained from human fetuses, of course.
Yes.
So how does this example portray how society affects science?
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because there's a lot of controversy around that. So I guess I can see how that would be definitely impacting whether the research continues or not.
Yeah.
And so when society or culture wants to prohibit a type of research, then it definitely inhibits.
Yeah. Could be based on values.
Mm-hmm.
Science invented the nuclear bomb, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how has the nuclear bomb affected culture at all?
Well, it affected World War
Two.
With
Japan.
Thank
Germany.
you. Japan, and it affected them because many people got vaporized, and then there were the aftermath with all the cancers and everything like that, so it affected them.
really affects all the cultures in our society.
Yes.
Scientists have been searching diligently for a source of energy in order to cut down on our use of fossil fuels to stop global warming. In what ways does this search show how science is affected by society and vice versa?
Well, a lot of scientists are trying to, find an evidence that better source versus fossil fuels, and then there are a lot of scientists and organizations who are like being paid off to be like, no, we're fine as we are, like it's not that big of a deal.
You have to think about what's right for everyone. Culture, you would have to think about the people, what's right for them, how it affects them in that way.
How has society impacted that push for scientists to do that?
By burning up all the fossil fuels in our atmosphere. It's just kind of, we're killing our planet, so the search for it is more dire. And
now that we've discussed some of these examples, I'm going to read the multiple choice questions again. Which of these statements best reflects your beliefs about science? Scientists who conduct scientific research are influenced by their culture and society, or scientists are trained to conduct pure, unbiased research, therefore their work is not affected by culture and society?
A.
I mean, I think that the vast majority of science research is connect to society in the sense that you want to use that research to impact society or to like benefit society in some way. I would hope that the vast majority of the science research was going to benefit society in some way.
Right.